16 Worst Injuries in Football History. We look at the 16 worst injuries, explaining what happened and how the player was able to recover. This horrifying tackle from Axel Witsel resulted in Marcin Vasilevsky suffering a broken leg and ankle into Witsel would be suspended by the Belgian FA for 8 games, continuing his career at Leicester City and winning a Premier League title. The man with the iconic mullet, Roberto Baggio. He tore his ACL in 2002. Despite the setback, Baggio managed to return to action and arguably played some of the best football of his career at Brescia. In an accidental collision with Joe Jacobson in a League Cup, sustained a double fracture in his right leg. Although he made a recovery, the injury, which took place in 2007, massively hampered his career. After joining in a big money deal from Southampton, unfortunately for both club and player, Shaw would suffer a double leg fracture in a Champions League match against PSV in 2015, badly damaging his progress at Old Trafford. After a long 11-month recovery, Shaw returned to the pitch. Tackle from Ryan Shawcross that left Aaron Ramsey with a broken leg in 2010. After a recovery period of 9 months, Ramsey returned to football, showing impressive resilience and later becoming one of the key players for both club and country. What could have been had Ramsey not suffered his leg break? In terms of heartbreaking injuries, this one might top the lot. During the 2014 World Cup, Neymar suffered a fractured vertebra following a challenge from Colombia's Juan Camilo after Germany defeated Brazil 7-1 in the semi-finals, sending a nation into mourning. A torn ACL in a French Cup game sidelined Radamel Falcao for several months, causing him to miss the 2014 World Cup. Although he returned to play, the injury affected his performance. In the 1980 World Cup semi-final, a brutal collision with German goalkeeper Schumacher left Patrick Battiston with broken teeth, ribs, and damaged vertebrae. Battiston would fall to the ground unconscious and even slip into a coma, and Michel Platini even thought that he was dead because he had no pulse and looked pale. Former Manchester United talent Alan Smith's career took a turn when he blocked a free kick from John Arne Reeves, resulting in a broken leg and dislocated ankle. After a year out, he returned but failed to reach his previous levels. A reckless challenge from Roy Keane left Alf-Inge Holland, the father of Manchester City star Erling, with a knee injury that ultimately led to his retirement. In his autobiography, Keane would admit he had waited long enough to get his own back on Holland. His animosity for the Norwegian came from when Holland stood over Keane after the latter went down following a clash in 1997. Djibril Ciss's career was marked by 2 devastating leg breaks, which came only 2 years apart. The striker was injured in Les Blues match against China after being knocked off balance by a defender and his right leg twisting under him.
Right boot, heavily catches him there.
One of Sweden's biggest and best ever stars, Henrik Larsson suffered a severe injury while playing for Celtic, breaking his leg in 2 places during a UEFA Cup tie against Lyon in 1999. A recovery period of 8 months saw Larsson return to action and winning the Golden Boot. Later, make a high-profile move to Barcelona. Luke Nillis's career was cut short when a collision with Ipswich goalkeeper Richard Wright led to a compound fracture in his right leg. Nillis had to undergo intense surgery and rehabilitation. There were even fears that his leg might have to be amputated after his wounds got infected. Thankfully, though, one of the most horrific injuries in football, David Bust's career ended when he collided with Manchester United players during a corner during a game in 1996, resulting in compound fractures to both the tibia and fibula of his right leg. The recovery process was long, filled with surgeries. Eduardo da Silva suffered a shocking leg fracture playing for Arsenal. A missed tackle from Martin Taylor left Eduardo with a broken left fibula and dislocated ankle. He was out of action for a long time, and despite being able to return to the field in 2009, the Croatian never quite regained his previous form. 1981, Lehnen suffered a severe injury as Norbert slit his thigh open with his studs, resulting in an open deep wound of 25 centimeters, exposing his muscles and femur. The wound required 23 stitches. Nevertheless, after just 17 days, Lehnen started practicing again. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content.